If you're a creator relying on Zoom recordings, you know the challenge of turning those long sessions into scroll-stopping vertical clips. I've been testing countless workflows, and lately, this specific tool has become my go-to for avoiding that tedious manual editing grind. It certainly doesn't replace knowing good framing, but it expertly handles the time-consuming job of finding the gold nuggets and formatting them perfectly. Still, there are a few hands-on tricks I use to push the final output from good enough to truly polished, and I'm walking you through those secrets right now. First up, let's talk about the initial import process for your recorded sessions. Whether you saved your interview as an MP4 or kept it in the cloud, you can either upload the file directly or point the software to your Zoom recording source. The AI then diligently scans the entire recording, detects all the different speakers involved, and immediately suggests potential highlight clips for you. That initial suggestion is incredibly helpful, but trust me, you absolutely should not just hit export and call it a day without any refinement. This brings us to step 1, pinpointing the precise snippet you actually want to transform into a social media asset. I typically comb through the footage myself to find a punchy segment, usually 1 minute or less, that has a clear, attention-grabbing hook right at the beginning. While the tool offers automated suggestions, manually reviewing ensures that the crucial context around the highlight isn't completely lost. Once you highlight that perfect chunk, you can let the AI build a clip or start a completely manual project composition for total control. Always keep your final platform length in mind. Many favor 15 to 60 seconds, so be ruthless about trimming any fluff you can safely eliminate. Now for step 2, letting the artificial intelligence handle the heavy lifting before you jump in for the final tweaks. The auto-editing viral clips feature is fantastic because it can assemble ready-to-post content by finding the most engaging moments on its own. This feature will typically handle the initial vertical cropping, apply beat-aware cuts, and even propose ready-to-use captions for you. However, here's the critical catch. Zoom gallery recordings are frequently low resolution, which messes up automated reframing severely. After the AI draft, you must jump into the editor to scrutinize a few key areas, especially regarding face detail. If you have a gallery view with 2 people, the AI might try to keep both tiny boxes in the vertical frame, resulting in something unwatchable. Consider making 2 distinct versions, one with a 2-up split for reactions and a separate single-speaker close-up dedicated to punchlines. Next, examine your cropping and the fill canvas setting, which quickly reveals just how pixelated a tiny face becomes when aggressively upscaled. If the texture is too rough, don't force that extreme blow-up. Ease back on the fill intensity slightly. Instead of a hero shot of a blurry face, opt for slightly looser compositions or incorporate a tasteful design background to hide the softness. Treat the clip like a series of mini-scenes, and if you need a solo moment mid-clip, create a dedicated scene there. The platform supports scene creation, so use it to apply scene-specific framing and make the entire edit feel much more dynamic. Moving on to step 3, ensuring your captions are styled in a way that truly pops off the screen for social consumption. The auto-generation is usually accurate, allowing you to bulk apply the text to your entire clip with a single click. If your lower third graphic would cover someone's face, make sure you move the caption block right into the visual center of the screen. Increase the font size significantly. We are aiming for headline-level readability, not for tiny, easily missed subtitles. To make those words readable against any busy video background, always add a border or a semi-opaque background layer behind the text. Sometimes, for that crucial hook line, using all caps can be the immediate stop scroller action you are looking for. A common gotcha is when a trim deletes the caption file attached to the start, so you might need to manually detach and reposition it later. This brings us to step 4, actively avoiding the dreaded zoom pixel problem that ruins otherwise great clips. Since gallery recordings are often capped at 720p, blowing up one speaker for a vertical close-up makes them look incredibly jagged, and viewers will immediately bail. If you can control it, enable the Optimize for Video setting in your Zoom preferences and record locally for the absolute best quality possible. Yes, this takes up more storage and longer upload times, but the quality payoff for repurposing is absolutely worth the minor hassle. If you are stuck with low-res footage already, avoid those huge, single-speaker close-ups and lean into split frames or motion graphics. Motion backgrounds or a subtle blur border around the cropped subject can effectively disguise that inherent softness in the footage. The editing interface makes layering these simple disguises extremely easy, letting you hide artifacts quickly. Step 5 covers making those selective solo frames where you really want one person to command the full screen attention. If a crop is tiny in the original gallery, the trick here is to create a separate scene just for that solo moment. Duplicate the gallery track, crop one copy to isolate just the host, and the other copy just to isolate your guest. Then, in your timeline, you swap between those two scenes, giving the immediate impression of a professional cutaway shot. While auto-reframing is convenient, these manual scene splits often yield much cleaner, more controlled results for those key solo beats. Finally, Step 6 is all about your export settings and getting that content out to the world efficiently. Always pick the absolute highest bitrate and resolution you can possibly work with based on your source file. If your source was only 720p, that's your ceiling, but export at the maximum possible bitrate to preserve every last bit of detail you have. Thankfully, the tool provides useful presets specifically tailored for TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts, so use those as a starting point. If you want to truly automate your publishing schedule, leverage the auto schedule feature to set your posting frequency and let the AI handle the upload cadence. The integrated content calendar lets you visualize everything going out and when, which is where the massive time savings really begin to stack up. However, I still strongly recommend manually reviewing at least a few of those scheduled posts to catch any awkward timing or simple caption typos. Let's quickly compare why you might pick this over other popular editing solutions on the market. Descript is amazing for transcript-based editing and those fine-grained text cuts, but its manual reframing and gallery view can get quite fiddly. If your main goal is fast, multi-platform content with scheduling baked right in, this software automates much more of that pipeline than Descript does. Premiere or Final Cut Pro offer absolute power and control, but they demand a total time investment that most creators simply can't afford. You shouldn't have to keyframe every single crop and export setting individually for every single social platform you use. Tools like Vizard or Capwing are similar online editors with templates, but features like integrated clip discovery and scheduling can be limiting based on their pricing tiers. This product's main difference maker is that core focus on automated highlight detection married to that built-in content calendar functionality. Now, for full transparency, I must be honest about the tool's inherent limitations because it is definitely not magic. Sometimes the AI will choose an awkward jump cut or slightly misframe a speaker, so you still need a human eye to verify everything. And just like any tool that tries to automatically reframe low-quality footage, it can only do so much with a truly soft source file. Think of this as a serious speed multiplier that occasionally requires just a few quick manual touch-ups to reach perfection. So, let's quickly recap a practical high-speed workflow that actually gets results week after week. 1. Optimize your Zoom recording settings for video if at all possible, aiming for local 1080p whenever you can manage it. 2. Upload that high-quality file or connect your cloud recording directly to the editing platform. 3. Let the AI automatically detect highlights, but then manually select the specific snippet you feel is the strongest. 4. Create separate scenes for any planned solo bits, and duplicate gallery views if you need distinct crops for host versus guest framing. 5. Manually crop and position everything, consciously avoiding extreme digital upscaling and using split frames or backgrounds to mask softness. 6. Style your captions big, bold, and readable, and remember to detach and reposition any caption file that gets accidentally cut during trimming. 7. Export at the highest possible bitrate. Then use the auto schedule and content calendar to publish your clips across all your channels. If you want a truly deep dive where I can show you exactly how I set those scene boundaries and style captions for perfect TikTok performance, I do offer one-on-one tutoring sessions. Hit me up in the description if that personalized walkthrough on your specific videos sounds like it would be helpful for your process. So that's the complete lowdown. Repurposing Zoom footage gets exponentially faster when you combine the AI speed with a few strategic human touches. Try batching a few episodes, letting the platform generate suggestions, and then only spending about 10 to 15 minutes polishing each resulting clip. You will find yourself churning out consistent vertical content on autopilot without having to sacrifice that professional final quality. Drop a comment down below right now and let me know what process or tip you plan to try out first on your next recording. If you want, paste a link to a clip you've made using this exact workflow, and I'll happily give you some quick, actionable feedback. Until the next deep dive, happy editing, and go get more mileage out of every single conversation you record.